Back when I started in 2001, you could get away with a homemade logo, cheesy kind of slogan, not a really good branding, not a really good kind of company name. Now with the resources that they have, like Designhill and these others, I mean, you can go get the website, get the logo, get your branding, get your coloring down. You can crowdsource a lot of these things. I mean, you get multiple points of view. It's amazing. You can get professional stuff done for so cheap. There's basically no excuse not to do it. My name is Matt Knee. I'm the founder of My Company Works. We're at mycompanyworks.com. We are a small business formation and maintenance and entity management company. So what we do is we help people start companies and manage their small businesses. We help people start companies in all 50 US states. We're based in the US, but we serve customers worldwide. My intention after college was to basically go into big business and, work my way up the chain. So after working for a couple of bigger companies, Earthlink, one that eventually became Yahoo, it wasn't my cup of tea, as it were. So I tried a couple of startups, and I found out it was kind of hard to do. It was kind of hard to figure out all the forms you needed and the licenses, and it was nothing was online at this point. This is 2001. So what I ended up doing is starting a company. I had a discussion with a friend, and we talked about there was a company in Japan that helps other companies start. And I thought, oh, well, that's a good idea. We should do something like that. So I ended up creating a website that helped other people start businesses. So we put up a simple website. By we, I mean me. It was just me in a one-bedroom apartment. Put up a website, put up an order form, and started trying to digitize all the state forms in every state in the U.S. So we made them fillable. Remember, this is 2000, 2001, so not all the states are even online. They have rudimentary websites, but they don't have all the forms. They certainly don't have the online forms. And so I had to kind of digitize that, create a process, and basically created a procedure for starting a company in every state. And we digitized that, launched it, advertised it, and it took off, and been doing it ever since. What My Company Works solves is red tape, for the most part, and then peace of mind. So when you go to start a company and you want to, get the legal part out of the way, typically you would go to a lawyer, an accountant, and they charge you about $1,000, $1,500, whatever. And they would file all the paperwork, help you sort out some of the startup issues. We figured out a long time ago we can do that much faster, much cheaper. We're talking like $79 plus state fees. And we'll file all that stuff for you. We'll take care of that for you. On the flip side, after you've already started a company, and you don't have to have used us to start your company, any company can now come to us, and we can do your maintenance stuff. We have a product called Premium that helps you stay compliant. We'll file your annual report. We'll do your minutes. We'll have your ledger hosted on our website. We'll allow you to upload forms. Basically, put your compliance of your company on autopilot. We can do everything from changing the name of your company to adding additional states where you want to operate in to even closing it. So we can do the entire life cycle of a company from beginning to end. I just basically put everything that I knew into one book about starting a company, growing it, systemizing it, making it run itself, basically. So anyway, going back to this, part one is the superpowers. They're broken into energy, vision, execution, and leadership. There's various ones like health and clear goals and good decisions, things like that in those 4 categories. The second part of the book is basically a 6-step kind of thing on how to guide you through the company. So you go through the imagine phase, you go through the plan phase, you go through the start phase, you go through the grow it phase, the manage it phase, and then finally you systemize it. So you've done your thing, you've grown it, you've managed it. you want to run it. You want it to run on its own, so you systemize it, and that's why the word systemize is in the title. The last part is just simple checklists, making sure you've either have the superpowers or have hired people with those superpowers, and then how to go through those 6 steps. I never knew about systems. I never really knew how to build them. I didn't have a lot of corporate experience because I started when I was very young, so I was doing everything myself. I was basically burning myself out. So the biggest setbacks and problems I had were burnout. It was damaging my health, eating poorly, stress, got high blood pressure. All these things happened to me, and it took years and years and years to fix them. So it basically forced me to learn how to do the systems. And then as the internet grew and as more information got out there, now there's lots of people talking about systems, and I'm very happy about that, because starting and running a business now is way easier, at least in that manner, in that there's more information on how to do it and more mentors out there now, way more than there was 19 years ago. So I'm glad to see that. Entrepreneur is just seeing a problem and solving it, providing something that is needed. So I think entrepreneurs are basically servants. That's just one way I look at it. I write about this in the book. Elon Musk, he saw that, geez, these electric cars, nobody likes them, they're ugly, blah blah blah. So he goes out and he makes a better car that's better looking, has a cheaper battery than ever before, so it actually works and people want to have it. So he solved that problem. Then he solved space rockets. He's solving that one right now, and he's just the top of the end example. It goes all the way to anyone who needs a faster meal. They're solving that right now. Uber Eats and DoorDash and these kind of things. There's just thousands of entrepreneurs out there. If they weren't solving problems, we would be stuck back in the caveman days. As far as the business is concerned, you're always worried about getting sued. Usually, most lawsuits are frivolous, for some reason, getting bullied by someone in business. Cash flow is usually king, is usually the number one worry of most entrepreneurs. I don't have that worry so much anymore. My company is very, very conservative with cash. We don't spend needlessly. We pretty much stay profitable. We've been profitable for 19 years. So it's not my number one worry. My number one worry these days is just being complacent and just sitting around. There's a book called Only the Paranoid Survive by Andy Grove, founder of Intel. And I definitely believe in that philosophy. If you just sit around and you're doing the exact same thing every year, from year to year, you will be out of business. And this will happen faster and faster. So you need to innovate consistently. You need to constantly be working on your product and service, improving it, maybe even changing it, maybe even doing entirely new businesses, because old businesses come and go. As an entrepreneur, I think the biggest achievement is just making it 5 or 10 years. I mean, the statistics are really, really against you. You're probably about a 80% failure rate after 5 years, and I think it's 90% or higher after 10 years. So very few businesses make it that long. So that's definitely what I'm most proud of. We're at 19 now. Probably the highlight of that was a few years back when we made the Inc. magazine Inc. 5000 list. That's the 5,000 fastest growing companies in America. We made the list. A lot of people think that documenting their systems in their business or creating checklists or procedures or process is difficult. It is actually really, really not. All you have to do is record exactly what needs to get done, if you can. And if you can't do it, if it's not on a computer thing, just use your phone camera and record it. Then send it to the person that you need to do it. Then have them write the procedure. Have them write a checklist of what they did. This hits them 2 ways. 1, they learn by doing. 2, they learn by teaching. You teach by writing out what you just did. 3, at the end of that, you now have a written procedure that you can put in a Google Doc. You can share it with the rest of the company. You can share it with new trainees. You can now grow your company one by one with one simple demonstration of one thing at a time. And over time, your whole company is documented and you're done. It's amazing and it works. I've made so many mistakes. I wouldn't even know where to start. Almost all of them are hiring mistakes. Really, really, really spend more time on hiring than you think you need. Really, really think about writing a good job description and spend a lot more time interviewing and finding the right people. Don't do it on an emergency basis. You have to tell the person, I expect this and it has to look like this. And if it's measurable, 10 times better. Get those 5 to 10 things for each job and tell those people when you hire them. And ask them when you interview them, we're going to do these 10 things. Can you do all this? Have them demonstrate that if necessary. That's how I solve the number one problem. Just get your idea out there. You know, I know a lot of entrepreneurs and really idea people that are terrified of their idea getting stolen. That is very, very rare. A venture capitalist will laugh at you if you want them to sign a non-disclosure agreement on your idea. Just get the idea out there to some people who may actually be your customers. Try to get 5, I guess the new thing is try to get 5 people. If you get 5 people that could be your customer to say, yes, I would definitely buy this at that price or in that general area, try to get that commitment from 5 people. And once you get 5 people, you do some back of the napkin math. You can do all this stuff before starting a website, before running an office, before opening a retail spot. You can do all these things before spending a dime. If you can get real customers to say, yes, if you built this or created this service, I will definitely buy this. Then to take the leap, use a service like mine. Go to your lawyer, go to your accountant, whatever. Have us pull the trigger for you. Once you think you can do it, you pull the trigger, and once you filed those documents at the state level, the articles of incorporation to create your corporation, articles of organization to create your LLC. Once you do that, it's real. Once you get your tax ID, it's now real. Get your bank account, it's a real thing. Now you've committed, you've taken step 1. So I say that's the leap. Make it. After you think you have committed customers, go ahead and do it. It's incredibly important to have really good design at this point. Back when I started in 2001, you could get away with a homemade logo, cheesy kind of slogan, not a really good branding, not a really good kind of company name. Now with the resources that they have, like Designhill and these others, I mean, you can go get the website, get the logo, get your branding, get your coloring down. You can crowdsource a lot of these things. I mean, you get multiple points of view. It's amazing. You can get professional stuff done for so cheap. There's basically no excuse not to do it. Companies like Apple, Tesla, these other ones that are design obsessed, they can show you it really doesn't matter the industry. Good design works across the board. Thank you for watching the FounderX series by Designhill. My Company Works is at mycompanyworks.com. Our Twitter is at mycompanyworks. Facebook, facebook.com/mycompanyworks. Instagram.com/mycompanyworks. It's the same across all of them.